Building a business worth $1 billion sounds exciting, but when you dig into the numbers, you quickly realize how rare it actually is. In the US, almost half of all businesses fail within their first 5 years. The average small business owner earns around $70,000, and fewer than 5% of businesses ever reach $1 million in annual revenue. So reaching $1 billion? It's not impossible, but it's far from common. And when you study the companies that have done it, a very clear pattern emerges. Today, we're breaking down the 8 challenges every billion-dollar company has to overcome, so you can understand the difference between a normal business and one that scales to an entirely different level. 1. You need $1 billion problem. Most businesses never become huge because they're not designed to be. A local coffee shop, a digital agency, a trades business. These can be great profitable careers, but they'll never scale to $1 billion, not because they're bad businesses, but because the problem they solve isn't big enough. Billion-dollar companies target billion-dollar problems. Uber solved the inefficiency of taxis. Airbnb unlocked unused space around the world. Amazon took on the complexity of retail. PayPal simplified global payments. The size of the opportunity dictates the ceiling of the business. If the problem is small, the outcome is small. If the problem is global, the potential becomes enormous. 2. Build a category-defining product. Spotting a big problem is one thing. Building the product that actually solves it is something else entirely. Electric cars existed long before Tesla, but they were slow, unattractive, and felt like a compromise. Tesla changed that. The Model S wasn't just better, it set a new standard. Billion-dollar companies don't create slightly improved versions of existing products. They redefine an entire category. If your solution doesn't make people rethink what's normal, it's unlikely to scale to the top. 3. Build distribution that can scale. A lot of companies have a great product. Very few can get it into millions of hands. Distribution is the engine behind every huge business. Amazon didn't win because it sold the best products. It won because it built the strongest distribution system in the world. Warehouses, delivery networks, logistics software, third-party sellers, inventory systems. $1 billion product without billion-dollar distribution is just a prototype. What separates giant companies from the rest isn't what they make. It's how efficiently they can get it to people. 4. Build a culture that makes good decisions without you. There's a point in every business where the founder simply can't be everywhere at once. You can't make every decision. You can't control every detail. You can't personally hold everything together. This is where culture matters. Google's 20% time, the idea that employees could spend part of their week on passion projects, led to Gmail, Google Maps, and other major products. A strong culture becomes the internal operating system of the company. It ensures people think the right way, solve problems the right way, and make decisions aligned with the mission with or without the founder in the room. 5. Achieve operational excellence. As businesses grow, complexity grows faster. A late delivery when you have 100 customers is annoying. A late delivery when you have 100,000 customers is catastrophic. Japan proved this with its operational excellence philosophy after World War II. Companies like Sony built reputations on precision, quality, and systems. Operational excellence is simply the idea that how you do anything is how you do everything. Small mistakes compound. So do small improvements. If you want to play at the highest levels, world-class operations stop being a nice to have. They become the price of entry. 6. Build a competitive moat. Once other people see your success, competition becomes a certainty. This is where many companies are overtaken. A moat protects you. Different companies build different moats. Amazon, distribution. Google, data plus algorithms. Apple, ecosystem lock-in. Coca-Cola, brand plus global supply chain. Sony, manufacturing precision. A moat means, once customers choose you, they're unlikely to leave. It prevents competitors from copying your advantage overnight. Without a moat, any success you build can be taken away. 7. Build a brand that means something. Features can be copied. Prices can be undercut. Technology gets outdated. Brand is the one thing competitors can't duplicate. Coca-Cola sells happiness. Nike sells victory. Volvo sells safety. Amazon sells convenience. Red Bull sells adrenaline and energy, not just a drink. The product is what you sell. The brand is what people buy. Billion-dollar companies don't just build products. They build meaning. 8. Become too important to ignore. At the highest level, billion-dollar companies aim for something even bigger. Becoming essential. Apple isn't just selling phones. It's selling an ecosystem millions rely on daily. Microsoft isn't just software. It's the backbone of global governments and corporations. Visa isn't just a card. It's the infrastructure behind trillions in transactions. When a company becomes so embedded into everyday life that the world struggles to function without it, that's the final stage. It's where the moat expands beyond competition and becomes structural, built into society itself. Final thoughts. These are the 8 challenges every billion-dollar company must overcome. Most businesses will never reach this scale, and that's completely fine. But understanding the path gives you clarity. Why giant companies grow the way they do, why small companies stay small, and why some products change the world while others disappear. If you're building something of your own, even a small business, these principles still apply. Maybe not to reach a billion, but to build something sustainable, scalable, and meaningful. If you found this helpful, feel free to like the video and subscribe to Budget and Build, and let me know in the comments. What problem do you think is big enough to build a billion-dollar business around?